What is good? What is good? Welcome to the Pro Wrestling Shoot. I am Jesse. Join with me as always, James. James, interesting week in pro wrestling. Good weekend for the most part, I would say, in pro wrestling. And then, a lot of internet activity going on. A lot of opinions being spoken across the internet and all over the globe. How you doing, man?
Not too bad. Just chilling. No shoes on today. I think someone stole my shoes.
Is that a Bronson Reed pun?
Yep, he's been doing that. Yep,
The
that's the
shoe
gimmick.
follow.
The shoe follow, the treble thief.
I'm just gonna go on and say it, yo. That gimmick is so lame. Like that gimmick alone. I'm gonna start this off hot, man. That gimmick alone proves to me that WWE fans pop for anything that comes on the screen, dude. It's wild. Like, it's not entertaining. It's so corny, in my opinion. But whatever. I digress. You like what you like. I'm a WWE fan too, but I don't pop that easy, man, for stupid stuff like that.
What's worse, the shoe stealing or four El Grande Americanos?
They're both pretty bad. I fell asleep during Raw. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. I think I can't even remember when I fell asleep. I mean, I'm not gonna blame that on Monday Night Raw because I don't know if the show was like that good or not. I was exhausted after work yesterday, dude, and I ended up just sitting down in front of the TV. I normally don't even watch Monday Night Raw. I'll just catch the highlights. You know what I mean? I'll be making content or something like that, but. Yesterday I was so exhausted. I don't know what it was about this Monday that I was just tired, dude. Like, I didn't overwork on the weekend or anything, but I think work has just been picking up in general for me. Yeah. And I was dead tired, dude. So I laid on the couch and, I was like, all right, cool. I'm already in front of the TV. I guess I'll pop on Monday Night Raw. Popped on Monday Night Raw, watched like the first hour of it and passed out. I woke up during, the main event, Seth Rollins and LA Knight. That's when I woke up. So I don't know what happened. I did see a clip of Becky going at it with Nikki Bella.
Yeah.
I've seen that kind of thing, but that was pretty much it.
Yeah.
So let's shout out the chat, man. I want to shout out some people, man.
For sure.
The Kid, what's good? What's good? And then I will say this too, because I did see JB's comment up here. It says the title's wrong. The image promoting this is a lie. It's all you trying to mile Brock Lesnar after most of you Wookiees hated on him for 2 years. Spoiler alert, I still don't fucking like Brock Lesnar. Like, I'm not even going to sugarcoat it. Now that he's back, I don't care. You've seen what the thumbnail looks like. My facial expression should tell the fucking story where we're at right now. Like, I'm not a fan of Brock Lesnar. Even before all the shit that happened with Brock Lesnar, like, we had Brock Lesnar for years doing the same shit. Like, I heard so many arguments after this weekend, so many comments on social media I've went back and read. And there is a lot of shit to dive into today because, first of all, the mask is off for a lot of people, including content creators. And it's crazy to me to see like what kind of people we're dealing with in the wrestling space. It is wild to me. But to be excited about somebody who not only is named in a lawsuit 44 fucking times. 44 times, dude. Yes. All I hear is innocent until proven guilty. That's all I hear. But let me tell you this, man. Law does not neglect fucking morality, man. You know what I mean? Like, that's what it comes down to. You know, like, we've shown now women, males across the board have shown women that they don't give a fuck about them in the wrestling space. That's terrible to me. That is terrible. So we'll start with that. That's an open.
This is the way I always put it. Like, if you were in this situation, you go into jail.
Yeah.
The celebrity thing, yes, I know. I've seen it a dozen times. Well, he's innocent. He didn't visit her. I'm like, because of a effing snowstorm. There was videos, and the way I'm looking at it, the way fans are looking at it too, is they're just pointing at, oh no, this is Vince's wording. We don't got no messages from Brock's side, which is what I'm seeing from everyone's side. The point, Brock I think for maybe 2010s, I was like, all right, cool, he's back, whatnot. Until he started getting the title reigns, and that same energy was, well, I don't want him here no more, you know. And
Yeah.
then just we kept getting Brock and Roman, Brock and Roman. I know people did not like that for the longest time, you know. You've said it, I've said it. All this energy, nobody liked Goldberg. Yeah, I know the fans on there were cheering for him until he went on Ariel Helwani and said, well, they did me wrong. And everyone gave him
Listen, I will say this. I'm not the one that's going to be like, oh, go out and boycott fucking WWE. I'm not a cancel culture machine. As a matter of fact, there's a lot of fucking wrong that goes into cancel culture 90% of the time. So don't misunderstand. Don't put words in my mouth or misunderstand what I'm saying. I'm not a fan of Brock Lesnar, okay? And I'm not a fan of somebody that could be named in a very serious lawsuit 44 times. Is he going to get charged with a crime? No. But the dude knew about what was going on with Vince McMahon and this woman. He knew it. He knew about the problems in the thing, and he was going to partake in it. Had it not been because of a snowstorm that she bailed, he was on his way to partake in it. So, with that said, it is what it is, right? Feel the way you feel. Be a fan of the 20 suplexes that you're going to get in a fucking match with Brock Lesnar, because that's all you're going to see from him. There's nothing talented really about him when it comes to wrestling in general.
It's Goldberg in a sense. It's like a 3-minute match.
He's better. At least he can slam somebody though.
I get it. He's a bigger name from from UFC standpoint. WWE's, yeah, he's a big name.
Yeah.
It's just, if you like him, you like him. Personally, for me and you, I don't really care for it.
I'm good, dog. I'm good, and I'm good on that energy too. I care too much about females, and I care about their well-being. I don't know. Maybe that just makes me a fucking idiot, right? Like, because, it's Brock Lesnar. I don't worship celebrities. Let's put it that way. You know what I mean? I don't give a shit who's on my TV. When you do something that's shady, I'm not a fucking fan of you anymore. That's just the way it is, dude. That's the way it is. But it is what it is. You know what I mean? Like, the fans are going to feel the way that they feel. Obviously, the title is about WWE 2K26, possibly WWE 2K25. They have the Brock Lesnar model in there from 2K24. We seen a patch that was going to be, it was Aleister Black. It was a 2023 model that was supposed to have, or 2022 model that was supposed to happen for Aleister Black. He ended up getting patched in, right? Like, so it's an older render of Aleister Black, or older model, so to speak. They have Brock Lesnar. They had to remove him last year because of the allegations and because of the lawsuit and everything that went around that. So the only time that you could use Brock Lesnar within the game was in the showcase that they couldn't remove, right? Like, they'd probably break the game even more than it was already broke last year.
Yeah,
so
he was removed off the cover.
Yeah,
he was rumored for the longest time to fight Gunther, and then that got pulled. Now I'm hearing reports that he was actually going to attack Cody, I guess, after Cena won the title. So I'm like, well, okay, well, they clearly changed course. They don't want the bad PR. Yes, I've seen it. Oh, well, WWE legal cleared him. Well, that's not how it works. They're just waiting if it goes to arbitration or settlement.
Yeah.
Why is there a settlement being involved?
It is what it is. Listen, man, it's awful funny that press conferences, even though they were shitty to begin with, right? Because WWE pays people to go into those press conferences anyway, except for maybe one or two people. And press conferences just happen to end the weekend that Brock Lesnar's coming back. You know what I mean? But listen, I'm not going to take away from the entire SummerSlam weekend because of this. Like, I'm not a fan. I just put out my stance and how I feel about it. You know what I mean? It is what it is. Feel how you want. I'm not going to try to change anybody's mind, but that is my stance on it. Not a fan. Don't care if he shows up in 25, 26. Don't care. I wasn't hurt when they removed him in 24. You know what I mean?
No, it's whatever.
I was one of those guys that didn't give a shit. But
oh, well, comparisons. Oh, well, this company did this. I'm like, okay, and guess what? Wrong too. I'm not going to say it's right.
Yeah. Just know that this weekend was a shady ass weekend for Triple H, Paul Levesque. There's a lot of things that he dodged, and it's quite funny to me that Triple H makes sure to deflect any sort of loss that he could on somebody else, but takes credit for any W that comes into the way of WWE. That's for sure. Just like saying that it was Cena that brought back Brock Lesnar, which Cena proved today in an interview that was completely fucking bullshit. You know what I mean? Like, it is what it is. Michael Cole on commentary on Monday Night Raw last night completely went away from everything that Triple H was saying that it was Nick Khan who called Brock Lesnar.
Nick Khan and Triple H.
And Triple H.
The comments I heard was, well, it's kayfabe.
It's kayfabe my
well,
ass,
which
dude.
is it? Well, which is it?
Kayfabe my
You did WWE Unreal, which, you know, I'm not dumb. I've been watching wrestling for years.
Yeah.
Like, you can tell me what's on camera compared to what's behind really backstage. Hey, just lower the camera down.
It's wild, dude. Hey, MJB, thank you so much for the $10. It says, as a fan of the character, I agree, but I just find the whole thing weird. But maybe Hunter and the crew knew something we don't. While I don't condone the behavior, F you, Hunter and Nick. So, yeah, that's another thing, too. Like, everybody's saying, oh, he's cleared. He was cleared by WWE's legal team. That is not the fucking court of law. That's just like me catching James up in some bullshit and telling everybody else, it's okay. I talked to James. We're all good. He's cleared. He's cleared, brother. We're good here. You know what I mean? Like, just believe it. Like, that's my tag team partner that I just cleared, right? Like, so that's Triple H saying, you're good, Brock. You know, we're good here. He wasn't cleared by anybody. As a matter of fact, Janelle Grant, her lawyer, released a whole new statement, right? So, regarding everything that is happening with Brock Lesnar. So, it is what it is, man. I appreciate the $10, brother. See here.
Just one more thing about Triple H. Like, look, and, you know, I know people want to deflect about this. Oh, well, you know, Karrion Kross was garbage. I'm like, well, where was all that energy when people were rooting for him? Now it's all of a sudden defending, honoring.
Hold on. Cena's PR team wasn't the one that said it. John Cena said it, and I seen the whole video on TikTok today. It was crazy. John Cena was talking to somebody else.
He's referencing that, oh, well, their PR's telling H them, walk this back.
Oh,
he's mocking it.
Oh, yeah. I got you. Okay, I was going to say, no. That was John Cena that said it himself. I watched the video. It was crazy.
It's just that, you know, they're chanting, we want Cross on the post show, and he has the balls and say, we heard you. You wanted Brock. Yes, I get it. Man. They're selling out t-shirts. They're doing this and that. I get it. You should put wrestling away from this. We've been hearing this for like the 2 damn last years. People wanted Vince gone. And then people wanted Brock
people still
gone
want Vince back.
On.
That just shows you what kind of fans watch WWE in general.
Look, and I get it. She accepted gifts. She did that. It's still wrong. You do it yourself. What's going to happen to you? You're going to jail. That's the way I put it.
You're not a billionaire that can throw all this money at
you were
multiple
going
lawyers.
To jail.
Yeah,
people were parading over Diddy and saying, well, he's an innocent man. He just did transportation. What?
Crazy, dude.
Some people, I mean.
Skinny Sticks, what's good, man? He says, I want to see the Creative Championship mode could use some updates. Yes, I agree. Pay-per-view titles, countries, and nations. Thanks. What do you guys think? I think it's a great idea. Yeah, there's a lot of updates that need to go within WWE 2K26, and that is definitely one of them.
Easily.
Creative Championship is something that I got into heavy this year for 2K25, and I noticed a lot that could be added to that mode. And I wasn't big on creation in the last 4 games, maybe 5 games. I don't know, but this game I've really dove into create an arena, create a superstar, create a championship. I guess I'm just trying to learn as much because normally I'm just a gameplay guy, but I want to be able to speak somewhat for the creation community as well, because they bust their ass too. And if for what it's worth, you know what I mean? If I'm able to put a word in for anything to the people that make a difference in the game, then I want to be able to talk about Creation Suite as well. So this year I tried to focus on that a lot. See here. Woody, what's good? Y'all look super hyped. I'm always hyped, man.
Every Tuesday.
Yeah, Rocky, what's good?
What's
good
to
see
Rocky?
You. Hybrid Wrestling Syndicate, what is good? Devin, what's good? Hail Nah Jones. Isaiah Hill, Matthew Lopez, what's good? The Rotten Gamer.
What's cracking?
Mike, what's good, Mike? Stolen Tube. Jaden. Try to shout everybody out that I can. Oh, thank you so much, PWJ. I just now noticed that you donated $1. I appreciate you, brother. I don't know why it doesn't notify me like that, but it I think it's like a $5 minimum that it notifies me for. So is what it is. But I appreciate that, dude. Thank you. JCSJ, what's good? NWO for life. Jay? I've seen you in here before. He says all I care about is Brock Lesnar added in 26. I'm sure you do. Says a lot about your character. Is what it is. VJC, what is good? He's stoked for Brock too. Wolf Mode stoked for Brock. Chucky, what's good? I mean, he definitely won't be 2K26 base game. He'll probably be in the last DLC pack of 2K26. I wouldn't be shocked if WWE had him patch him in, dude. They removed.
If it's a popular demand, which it's going to be. I've heard it.
Is what it is.
He should be patched in. I wouldn't be shocked if they pay him the royalties. I mean, he's supposed to go bottom of the year, I think. Minnesota Summerslam next year. That's where he's from.
He'll be here for a little bit, dude. Nate Dogg, can't wait for all those 5-minute matches with nothing but suplexes again. Speaking facts, Devin. Let me see here. Devin's excited for a Brock showcase as well. Wolf Mo says, blasphemy, Jesse, you stop it now. No, I will never stop, man. I will always speak honesty and on how I feel, regardless. Listen, my opinion, right? I'm allowed to have one. You guys can have ones, opinions all throughout different comment sections on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, Twitch. I think I'm allowed to fucking use my platform to say what I think about the situation.
Yeah, we're not saying go out there and boycott. Like, it is what it is. Now, if he goes for the title,
I literally watched Raw the next. Or tried to watch Raw the next night. Like, look, I don't. WWE. I'm so used to WWE doing the shadiest of shit. Like, you have no idea. Like, I'm just used to it. That's not going to stop me. Unfortunately, I mean, maybe I should stop. Maybe I should boycott. But I like the wrestlers that are in WWE. I like watching Penta. I like watching CM Punk. I like watching Cody Rhodes. Shout out to Cody Rhodes, 2-time WWE champion, by the way. That's fucking awesome. I like watching Seth Rollins. There are people there that I enjoy watching. It sucks. It sucks that the company has to act the way that they do. You know what I mean? It's nothing that I would condone. That's for sure.
There's a lot of things they've done. They've had someone die in the ring and they continued the show. So they've gone to Saudi Arabia. It is what it is.
Yeah. I don't know. It's crazy. Brandon, what's good, man? Good to see you.
What's going on, Brandon?
Appreciate you, my PWJ. You caring about the women, the people that carry our child makes you a real man. Listen, man, I got 4 daughters, right? And I may not look like it, but I got 3 beautiful granddaughters as well. So and a beautiful wife. So I love the women in my life. You know what I mean? Like, I would always want them protected. And it sucks that anybody has to go through that. But in my eyes, Janelle Grant's a victim. And I'm not going to just sweep that shit under the rug because I'm a fan of WWE. Not going to happen. It is what it is. But it's all good, man. Matthew Lopez, Triple H's two-faced comeback, throwing Cena under the bus. Dude, Triple H, man, is getting more hate from me by the day. It's crazy. And I backed Triple H when he took over this shit too, man. I was looking forward to it, man, but all he's doing is taking off the mask and revealing a Vince McMahon face. So that's really all it is to me. Same bullshit antics, I guess. It is what it is. The White Knight energy is wild, but to each no, the fucking dick riding of a billion dollar company.
This is the way I look at it.
Is wild, dude.
This is the way I look.
Like they don't care about you, brother.
Cam, you can hear me loud and clear. If you did the same thing, what would happen to you? That's the way I would put it. Yes, I know it's been 2 years. Yes, I know it's been 18 months, and they haven't said anything about him. But he's still listed 44 times.
Yeah,
he's still in a way he knows Vince. You know, like I said, I don't know if this is a Johnny Ace thing and they're doing the whole blame game. No. This is all Vince. I didn't say any of this. That's the only thing I can see out of this.
Yeah. What's good?
If there's some clearance, okay. Right now, it's still listed there. His name is still in there. Yes, I know he's not getting sued. I know he's technically not doing illegal.
Yeah. What's good, Tech? Ryan, what's good? What's up, boys? Great channel. I understand Cena kicks his ass in Paris. Yeah, hey, I appreciate it, Ryan. Thank you.
Yeah.
Listen, like I said, I don't want to shit on the entire weekend because I actually really enjoyed SummerSlam.
The show
this
was
weekend.
fine.
The
show
was
was fine.
It was great. I had fun watching both nights, and I honestly didn't even expect to watch night one. I had some shit that I was supposed to do, and it fell through. So I ended up watching both nights of SummerSlam, and dude, I'm glad I did because it was a fun both nights until that fucking ending on night two. For me, I was just like, and yeah, I probably had the same shocked reaction as probably most of you. You know what I mean? I just, but it was a different shocked reaction. Like, I can't believe this is happening. You know, like who gave the okay for this, right?
I gave the shock action, and then I just shook my head, and I'm like, well, he's here. You know, that's it. I already moved on. It is what it is. He's there. Let's see how media takes it. I mean, if there's any recollection, if ESPN posts something about this that says, hey, he's still involved, if something major comes out of this, let's see how they go with it. You know, this company doesn't like the bad PR. But
they don't even
here.
Take
He's
PR.
not
going to
tell you
to stay off the internet. What are you talking about? You know what I mean? Like, they don't even like.
Yeah, but
PR.
ESPN is. I mean, ESPN posted all this when he was included.
It's crazy, man. Rocky says if Brock is DLC for 26, they'll probably make him a pre-order. Vin says he was at night 2. Hope you had a good time at SummerSlam, and hopefully you didn't fucking pay too much for it. But it is what it is. I don't care about the Brock Lesnar being back or him coming back to a WWE game. I'm with you, Donald. I'm probably like the only one.
It's not going to make or break the game for me. I'm like, okay, he's there.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy, man. It's sad to me that my wife enjoy NXT more than the main roster. Sean can book much better than Triple H. Just being honest. That's good, man. I'm glad that Shawn Michaels can book. I'm a fan of Shawn Michaels, but he was a piece of shit back in the day too. I'm not gonna lie. Like,
he was an ass bread.
But I would hope that he's redeemed himself after all these years.
Yeah, this is
MJB
People
with the 199 says we all remember the shady rumors and attitude era. Yeah, no, there's a bunch of shit, man. It's crazy.
Sable back in her day. Why did she sue?
2 years later, no charges brought up, no settlements paid out. It's not been 2 years. This fucking thing started last year.
I think it was 23.
If it was 23, it was at the end of 23.
18 months. Was it 18 months? Something like that.
Yeah, I was going to say. And
yeah,
no charges yet.
Yeah, I know there's no sentiments, but, and I don't
matter. It doesn't make it better.
I always don't, majority of the time, I don't care about Dave Meltzer, but he put it in the context. Either they're waiting for arbitration or a settlement.
Old enough, brother. Old enough, man. Yeah. Also, my wife is like 9 years older than me too. So I married into one child, and then we got 3 more. So is what it is, man. But I'm the only grandpa they've known, man. It is what it is. Been with my wife for 12 years now. Been a great 12 years. What's good, Supergirl? Good to see you.
What's going on, Supergirl?
See here.
Okay, January 2024. Thank you, VJC.
There you go. 1 year, dude. A little over a year. Is what it is. Well, Brock is back. Yeah, he's back. It has not been proven that Brock hasn't done anything wrong. He hasn't been charged. So let's not just spread misinformation. The fucking every report about it is literally in the palm of your hands. You have a telephone, right? Google that shit. Don't listen to what, Joe Schmo is telling you on Twitter. Go read everything that Janelle Grant's people have been writing.
Just put it this way. You're in the same situation with a different woman. You do the same thing. You tell me what happens.
Yeah.
Just tell me.
Jail. We need the WCW Thunder in 2K26. I'm still surprised we haven't gotten it in any other WWE 2K game. I'm surprised we haven't gotten anything at all from WCW, really. They own
the rights. We've been bugging about that.
It's crazy to me, but it is what it is. Cube, what's good, man? At least we didn't get a Travis Scott ending to Cena Cody match. I was shocked that Cena put Cody over clean. I think this was probably one of John Cena's best matches. I want to say, because I've never really enjoyed Cena's matches. This was up there for one of his best matches, I would say. It was fun to watch. And if that's what I have to remember John Cena by, then I'm good with it. Because I was ready for this run to be over with anyway, and that heel turn was atrocious.
The babyface turn on SmackDown just seemed very
Terrible.
very odd to me. Yeah, so I was like, okay, so he just babyface out of the blue. Like, hey, thanks, Cody, for making me realize this after one table spot and signing a contract. Very weird, but I don't know.
Yeah. Tech, innocent until proven guilty. Go tell your mama that too, by the way. Go look her in the face and say innocent until proven guilty, and then tell her the context. I hope she slaps you. That's kind of where I'm at right now. Like, seriously, it's a slap in the face to women everywhere, to be honest. So what do y'all think? We get custom entrance plates for cause in 2K26. I don't know what we get for 26. And it's looking like, I don't know if the rumors are true, but it sounds like GTA is getting pushed back a little bit.
I've heard something like that.
Sound accurate?
I've heard something like that, but I don't think it was 100%. I think it's still May of 2026.
Another $2. Thank you, MJB. Side note, Ryback said that the medical team was shady. Yeah. I mean, CM Punk said that for ever.
The same thing.
And he also sent another $4.99. I appreciate you, brother. I developed a roster in my mind for 2K26. If you consist of, Captain Insano, David Arquette. That's crazy. Judy Martin. Too cool. Okay. So don't get too excited for those. I wouldn't get too excited for Legends off the bat at all, just because we don't know what the contracts state. The best case scenario for me is that if Brock Lesnar is added to WWE 2K26, they allow his wife to come into WWE 2K26, Sable, because it has been a long time since we've seen Sable in a video game, and I think that would be dope, personally. But we'll see. I don't know, man. We can't even get Tori Wilson in the game yet, so until we get Tori, we'll see what happens.
Mm-hmm.
Is what it is. Ryan says Brock is going to apparently retire next year at SummerSlam. Sources, sir.
Minnesota.
Yeah.
Would make sense.
Yeah. Where's the sources, though?
That I don't know. But that would be like a scenario. It's Minnesota.
Jay, I love you, brother. Says, I'm so glad I stay off X for the most part. The app is like urinal juice. Yeah. It's crazy, dude. It is crazy. I wouldn't want a WCW showcase without Sting and Flair, since they're still signed to AEW. Yeah, I think Sting does have like some sort of Legends contract or something. I don't want Showcase back, guys. I'm gonna be honest. I don't want Showcase at all. So
yeah, it's been there, done that. You know.
Yeah. It is what it is. I probably will get a showcase, and I heard people on Twitter talking about, a tag team showcase or a women's showcase. If we do get another showcase, I think the women's showcase makes the most sense. Like, we haven't had one since when? How long has it been?
A women's showcase? Oof.
Yeah. So something like that. I don't know.
It's been a while. I know we had some, like, in this past one, we had a couple of matches part of the showcase.
Yeah. It is what it is.
As for Sting and Flair, I mean, just talk to Jake Roberts. I mean, I don't know how the hell he got in the game. Talk to Billy Gunn. He's coming in the game.
The kid in me would be extremely happy if we can get Crime Time in a DLC at some point. That'd be dope. I'm surprised we didn't get them this year.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Come to think about it.
Yeah, Shad and JT. I don't know what JTG is doing nowadays. I think he's just doing independence. And Shad, is Shad in the Hall of Fame?
No.
Or he had some reward or award or something after.
Yeah, no.
After everything.
Yeah, VJC. I don't know. Sable would be dope, personally. I think that would be great.
Sable has
Ro-
not been in the game since I think 2005. Here Comes the Pain. She's been like in. I was looking at like 3 games, I think.
Road Warriors would be something that I would want to, man.
I
That is
agree with that one. Road Warriors.
That would be something that I would want to see because I don't know, dude. I'm a legend.
Thank you, Nate Dogg. Okay, Shad got the Warrior Award.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, I knew he's had something with the Hall of Fame.
Yeah. Road Warriors, Demolition. Demolition is somebody a team that I would really want. Hardy Boys. They were just
Dudleys.
showcased on SummerSlam. Well, Dudley's we already have, but
not this year.
Yeah, we do.
Do we have this year? Oh yeah, we
yeah, dude. Where the fuck have you been?
With the one wrist tape.
Yeah, they fixed the tape, brother.
Yeah,
it's all good. Yeah, I would really want that, but oh yeah, 2K20. There you go. How to win. 2K20. That's why I couldn't remember. Played that game for like 2 weeks.
Jeez, they got the showcase in one of the worst games.
I think I played the showcase and then I played the My Rise and I tried to play some other bits of universe mode and the game was crashing all the time, like consistently crashing and having problems. So I just uninstalled, went back to 19.
It was bad.
That was the only year that I've ever went back a year on a game. So, and 19 held me down until 22 came out. So
yeah, 20 was so bad that I actually got the regular copy. I went back to get the deluxe one, and then I found out how bad it was. So I just sent it right back.
Yeah. I love this comment too, right above him. Unless you've never made a mistake in your life, slow your roll. Nobody's perfect. I get that, bud. But also, nobody's out here trying to traffic fucking women. You know what I mean? Like, that is not a normal mistake. That is a big time mistake. You know what I mean? I'm not saying Brock is guilty of that, but dude, he was gonna partake had it not been for a snowstorm. Like, let's pull our head out of our asses.
I see all the time.
Let's pull our head out of our asses and put the fandom aside, right? Let's stop the Brock Lesnar defense for a minute, right? Had this been anybody else from an AEW company, if you don't like AEW, right? Like, there's people in there that I've called out too. Chris Jericho's definitely one of them.
Yes.
Right?
The
Darby Allin
situation.
Darby Allin was a fan until I heard some shit about him. You know what I mean? Like, there is some things in the other company going on too. But come on, man. Put the fandom aside. Stop worshiping these celebrities who don't give a fuck about you, right? And think about an innocent person who was having to do things to keep her job. Like, it's crazy to think about, dude. It should be a no-brainer, really. Like, that's kind of how I think about it, but I don't know, man. The fucking wrestling community is a weird community nowadays.
We've all made mistakes. I mean, yeah. Oh well,
of course.
I'm like, but yeah, and I'm not in this predicament. I get it. It's a he said, she said. Well, he's listed on there saying, I don't know if I want to hear it. Are they just saying that? Oh well, Vince is saying all this, and Brock's not saying squat.
Yeah.
There's no text messages from the Brock side. It's just Vince saying this. Vince is the
it is what it is. Let's end this talk. Let's end this talk on feel how you want to feel, right? But just know it doesn't make you a better person, and Brock Lesnar doesn't give a fuck about you or your defense. Let's just go ahead and put it out there. And yes, BJ, thank you for showing up, by the way. I appreciate you, man. Says the Brock defenders here are wild, so you got to deal with them. I mean, as soon as I put up the thumbnail, I knew it was going to happen because I definitely wanted to talk about it and get my stance on the thing. And it's all good, man. It really is all good. Like, I don't, you guys going to feel the way you want, but I certainly am not going to feel that way. Like, I don't give a fuck about Brock Lesnar. Let's just put it out that. Let's end it on that too, right? We could talk about him in 2K25, 2K26, which I don't put doubts that he's going to be added in 2K25. Like I said, old models are being ported over. It's possible. I'm not saying that it's for sure, but everybody's still talking about that Goldberg and Nikki Bella pack. Could be getting a Brock Lesnar in there as well. So we'll see. Sable is a multi-time women's champion. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Brock's wife can't wrestle. She doesn't belong in a game. I could show you half the roster on 2K25 that I feel can't wrestle too.
The Sable bomb.
And we got them in the game too. So it is what it is. Sable was a fucking star. If you watched or grew up in the Attitude Era, Like, you knew. Like, Sable was an attraction, dude. It didn't matter that she couldn't wrestle. That's what's crazy. Brock Lesnar can't wrestle, but here we are. That's kind of where we're at right now. We're talking real wrestling. Sure, he can do that.
Because where's all his energy? He ain't seen all the hate when he was champion. Well, he's never here. He's never here. Now the title is champion. Well, he's not champion. I want to see him on his retirement tour.
Dude, it's crazy to me that in 2025, 2025, we're excited. Like, people are excited to see him. And John Cena, nonetheless. Like, in 2025, like, where are we at, dude? That whole roster full of stacked talent.
Orton.
We're talking about these old dudes. Like, what's going on? I don't know. It's crazy. JTG is still on the indies. Yeah, see, so he could possibly get that. I don't know. We need a slider for referee 3-count speed. Need a Hulk Hogan showcase next year. No, we don't. I've played that Andre the Giant.
How many times have we played the match? Yeah, I get it. He's a big deal. I get it. I'm just tired of seeing the damn match.
Yeah, I don't know. That's wild. I'd rather have a women's showcase than a tag team matches and our Hall of Fame butt cheeks. Yeah. So yeah, that's what I heard on Twitter too, that like the tag team matches, that was something that people wanted, was a tag showcase. I personally don't like tag team matches in the 2K games. I think they're stale. JCS knows exactly what I'm talking about. There's so much room for growth that it's kind of disturbing at this point, right? Tag team matches are so bland. It's basically a one-on-one with a partner on the apron. That's how they play. I don't know. It's crazy. Crazy to me. Last game Sable was in was the first SmackDown versus Raw.
I do remember that.
Damn, that's crazy.
I think I saw it.
The first in the series, huh? That's nuts.
Yeah, she was Here Comes the Pain, SVR 05. That was when the Divas ratings were like very super low. I think 60 was the highest if you're lucky. I think she was like 50 something.
MJB said Mark Merrow said that Sable couldn't take bumps correctly when she first debuted. Yeah, well, I think that back in the day, they weren't looking for women wrestling. They were looking for like supermodels, and they just put them in the ring and taught them how to take bumps. That was the Vince thing,
because it was sex appeal was the thing back in the day. They didn't want women wrestling. All thanks to Fit Finlay. He's the one that pushed it. Like, these women want to wrestle.
Yeah, it is what it is. Nate Dogg says major respect for calling out this bullshit.
And yes, Syndicate, that is true. If it was a normal person, you wouldn't have a 2 to 3 year trial. You would be cooked. You would be done.
Yeah, it's just crazy. I don't know. It is what it is. Always reacting. What's good, man? I don't want to like keep arguing about it and beating a dead horse.
Oh, you guys know my opinion. I don't have the energy. I don't go on Twitter and just debate with everyone. Like I don't. Like, I watch the shows. He's here.
I've made minimal tweets about it and not really like coming out on my stance on it. You know what I mean? So I felt like, hey, we're going to be talking about Brock Lesnar tonight, talking about him in the game. Might as well let you know how I feel about Brock Lesnar. I'm not going to like sugarcoat it, make you think that I've been talking about Brock Lesnar the same way the past 2 years. Have I not, James? Have I not like talked about Brock Lesnar the same?
Don't get me wrong. I did like Lesnar. Don't get me wrong. I did like Lesnar at a certain point. I think like 2010s and whatnot. I went with my dad to see Lesnar versus Triple H. I was a little hyped for it because Lesnar was a huge deal. He was in UFC. Okay, he was, cool. He's back. Then he comes back in. We were there at SummerSlam. And we were hyped when he came back, I guess, to fight Roman. And then the ship sailed. I'm like, all right, he's done for. Once this came out, what is the reason they took him off TV? Because they don't want the rep for it. It was all over ESPN. It was all over other news. So they wanted to lay low. I'm over it. I want to see this current talent right now. But, the thing right now is, hey, everyone wants to see retirement tours. That's the thing. Well, Sting can do this. Cena can do this. Why not Brock? It is what it is. If you enjoy it, you enjoyed it. If I don't, I don't. It's whatever.
Yeah.
It's like people say, then just change the channel. I don't really care.
I'm just here to state my opinions. So when you guys come into my comments section, you're not shocked by me saying, I don't give a shit that Brock Lesnar's not in the game.
I'll just say the same thing every time. Put yourself in that position. You tell me what happens. You're not a celebrity. Put yourself in this situation. What's going to happen?
Yeah. It is what it is.
I move on.
Listen, here's a good example. I was a huge fan of Danny Masterson. Anybody know who that is? I really love that show, The Ranch. I love that 70s show. Huge fan of Danny Masterson. Guess what? Fuck him. Like, not a fan anymore after hearing what happened. Now that dude's doing some serious time. That's where I stand, dude. Like, it's the same energy. Same
Remember
energy.
Joey
And
Ryan?
I was really disappointed to hear about that stuff about Danny Masterson because me and my wife loved the show The Ranch. As a matter of fact, when he got pulled from the show, I was pissed about it. I was like, dude, what's happening? You know what I mean? This is crazy. But that was like during, I think, the Me Too movement and everything that was going on, right? Like cancel culture was at a like all-time high, I want to think.
Mm-hmm.
And it was crazy. So nobody really had hard evidence or facts on anything. And then everything came out about Danny Masterson and dude's got
and the ship sailed.
Going to be spending the rest of his life in prison now. So,
yeah,
you know what? Sucked for me to give up being a fan of somebody. But once again, I don't worship celebrities. It is what it is. You do some stupid shit. I'm not a fan of you anymore. That is what it is.
I like Velveteen Dream. And they, like people are saying, well, there's text messages. Yeah, the same thing. I don't know if he ever met with the ship sailed. Enzo Amore was the same boat. Yeah.
Great example. You know what I mean? Like that's just where I stand on it, dude. Not only is it big time, it's disgusting. I agree with Jesse. I am a woman. I have to constantly look over my shoulder, fearing, will I be the next potentially taken? And I carry, and I'm still scared. And that's a woman speaking for you.
And you have a right to carry.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Whatever state you're in.
Philip, I wish that was the case, but a lot of people do care about Lesnar, and that's crazy. JCSJ, I hate the IWC with a passion. I think wrestling has one of the worst fan bases in any form of entertainment, to be honest.
Here's the one that gets
pretty
me,
close.
Jay. When Brody Lee passed away, the first thing I heard was, well, WWE should have did a better tribute. AEW had a better tribute. Well, who had better tributes for people dying in the wrestling community? I'm like, are we really going to do the comparisons over someone passing away of who had a better tribute? Just honor the fucking guy. Like, that was the thing that got really, really heated for me. There's some takes that it's toxic out there, you know? I wish we did go back to the days there was no
most people who are making these comments, they're all hidden behind a profile that doesn't show their face. That's what's crazy. It's
keyboard warrior energy. It is.
They all hide behind like this hidden profile that nobody's seen their face. They wouldn't keep that same energy in person. That type of deal. Like, it is what it is. Like that's what kind of
the fans. And I'm gonna put this out there. I don't care if I get heat. They had this idea. Like Conan went off about. He was talking about Stephanie McCour about well, women always make allegations. Well, clearly everyone likes Stephanie McCour. So if you're saying she's wrong, you know. She went through hell with all the shit.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if Alberto
look, and I'm not saying it's right. Don't get me wrong.
Listen, hold on. I wouldn't be
surprised
if
Alberto... There has been accusations for guys, and I get it, that rep goes down the bowl. I get that.
I wouldn't be surprised if
sometimes it's wrong.
I wouldn't be surprised if Alberto shows up in WWE. That's where we're at right now.
No.
And I'd much rather see Paige return. Much rather see her return. So, just saying. Is what it is. French, what's good? He said, hey, right, ain't nobody care about Brock. Wrong is wrong. There's a lot of people that care. And you know what? That's their prerogative.
And I got to take this back in the day. We had Mike Tyson. I don't remember it, but I believe he was already charged for rape. The energy for him was, he's the greatest thing. You know, it's that celebrity status. Put in a normal person context.
We're probably using words that'll take us off the air, too, by the way. I don't think we're supposed to say those kind of words on the air.
Yeah. Grape.
Yeah, so just saying. Demonetized right off the bat. It is what it is, dude. Look,
that's what I'm saying. Just keeping
just keeping it a buck over here, man. It is what it is. Wasn't he banned for being a douche? Who?
Enzo.
Enzo.
I think Enzo's and his was false too. But I know he was like toxic with the company. I know Orton said some things about him. He did a TNA appearance, and I don't know. I haven't heard anything since.
Yeah, it is what it is. The court system will decide if Grant is an innocent person, not you. Damn straight. And right now, as it stands, I'm siding with the victim. Like, that is just where I stand, bud. It is what it is. You're right. The court will decide. But either way, when the court decides on Vince McMahon, right, because Brock's not being charged, Wrong is still wrong at the end of the day. I don't give a shit if he's charged or not. The dude was going to go through with it had it not been for a
Let's just say Diddy was okay for what he did.
Yeah.
The court says he didn't do this. I mean, the court has failed times. The court system hasn't been the greatest thing.
I'd rather have a Rock showcase than that. Which one did I miss your other one? Oh, Hogan showcase. Yeah, he doesn't want a Hogan show. VJC wants Undertaker showcase. Legend game by itself is what we want. I want any other wrestling.
Where's T-Rex
at this point? What for a Legends game?
The whole thing, like, I don't want the Legends. I want the current superstars. Why can't we just get both?
Yeah, and like Supergirl said too, the court system isn't perfect. That's been proven time and time again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It is what it is, though. The TLC matches in Hell in a Cell are even worse than the tag team matches. Super bland, and God forbid you let AI fight. Yeah. I think that the ladder matches, like the mini game, definitely brought some newer life to what we can do in a ladder match. But until we get like weapons physics back or something like that to make more carnage and chaos available to us in the ring on the game, then I don't think that those matches are going to be very fun. And we need stack tables back. You know what I mean? Shout out to Just Brian for
seriously
putting that out on social media the other day. So I don't see it enough. I don't see it enough from not only content creators, but just fans of the franchise in general. I don't see it enough people asking for certain features, you know what I mean? And putting that out there on the platform. So shout out to that. That was cool to see the other day. Appreciate that. And then somebody else was like, no, we don't. Like, what? You don't want more cool shit in the game? Like, that's crazy. That's kind of
crazy.
Yeah,
I'm excited for a ladder bridge like every time with the CPU. And they don't do squat.
I don't mind showcases on Bray Wyatt, Undertaker, Randy Orton, Brock, or WCW NWO storyline. I don't want a WCW storyline. I can't remember who said that earlier in the show, but I don't want that until we get Sting. Like, if we can't have Sting, then there's no point of it, really. It is what it is. What's your thoughts on Roman taking another break? Not surprised.
I mean, it's Hollywood.
Yeah, he's going to
Street
film
Fighter
a movie, right? Yeah.
Street Fighter, and so is Cody. So
yeah.
I mean, those are opportunities in front of you. I mean, look, Rock did it. These guys are doing. I mean, you're not going to pass out on the table. You're not.
Man, I had one of those tweets this weekend that was a didn't age well tweet after CM Punk won and he won the world title from Gunther. I was like, CM Punk is the fucking world champion. And literally 5 minutes later, Seth Rollins it wins. I was like, damn it.
Yeah, look, and I'm fine with that. I've seen so many people hate on it. I'm like,
too.
Why? I was like, the story is there. It's too long. I'm like, what?
No. Too long of a story? What do you want?
Some people are like, it's been since 23. Move on. I'm like,
nah, it's got to carry out till WrestleMania.
Okay,
let's do it.
Let it carry. I'm like, there's other storylines that they have carried that were way too long.
The blow-off match was on Raw. Got to end that shit on a big stage. Come on.
The way of perception I always put it with fans, it's always 3 matches. That's it. You win one, you win. The other guy wins, and that's it. Move on.
Yeah.
The story's there. I'm fine with it.
Cube says one thing I want is for ref mechanics to be worked on and how they interact with the match. I agree with that too, because the refs can be quite annoying in the match.
Very odd sometimes. They do a slow count even when they haven't been hit. That mechanic needs to be switched. I can understand getting decked in the face and you have a slow count.
MJB with the 199 says, I want blood sport and heels in these games. Heels would be dope. I know James has wanted that since the show came out.
Yeah.
And then with another 199 says, look what happened to Shannon Sharp. ESPN said no. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that was different. Shannon Sharp actually, like, things already.
He tried to defend it on television, and they just said, look, we don't want it for the bad PR. Turn around, and here's the boot right in the back of your ass. So.
How is Brock not okay, but Hogan is? Hogan is not. I never said that. Not once. On this podcast or any other time.
No. I take it from two different characters. Hulk Hogan and then Terry Bollea. It was two different people.
I don't, because then that's just like separating Brock Lesnar and Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar off and Brock Lesnar on. Like, no, it's the same. I don't give a shit if it was a character or not. It was a TV character, and it's easy to get over, and there's plenty more to replace him with. That's how I look at it. You know what I mean? Hulk Hogan, what he did for the wrestling business, fantastic.
Pioneer.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, pioneer.
Yeah, pioneer. He then fucked that up for himself later on. You know what I mean? It is what it is. Like, rest in peace, right? I'm not going to sit here and just...
I don't wish no ill on anybody either. Like,
yeah, I'm not
going
to
put that out
he's
there.
Dead.
Like,
He's gone.
Yeah.
So
rest in peace.
Yeah, it is what it is. But no, I'm not. I would not say that, you know, it's okay for Brock and it's okay, or it's not okay for Brock and it's okay for Hogan. No, it's not. Either one. And I thought he was banned from ever returning to WWE. I think that was something that Daniel Cormier said, right? He was blacklisted or whatever, if we're still talking about Brock Lesnar. Not the case, obviously. You've seen him at SummerSlam, so is what it is. Was the fabulous Moolah banned by WWE as well? Nope, but she should have.
Nope, they
Should've
just
been.
got rid of the Rumble or the Battle Royal because of everything coming out. So they just said, yeah, we're just going to do the Andre one.
VJC, me and James were in attendance, third row on the floor when Enzo did try to hijack Survivor Series. We were there.
You actually left. This is the funny story.
Yeah.
So Jesse went to...
I
had to go to second floor, Staples Center.
Yep.
Went to go have a cigarette, and then he just comes out of the blue, and I'm like, what?
Crazy.
And I think this is the time, like, wasn't he, I don't know if he was still accompanied. No, he was already gone, right? And then the next night was Raw, and they put signs like, if you see this person, let us know. He is not allowed in the building, and he was never seen.
Yo, that's funny, though. Like, he snuck in, like, had, like, I don't know. He was fucking hard cam.
The match sucked, dude. By the way, that he did it during. So I was like, okay. It was like Sheamus and...
That's wild.
Oh, geez. Sheamus sporting the mohawk, and I forgot who the hell it was. Or was it the Bar? Somebody. I can't remember.
Yeah. I love this. We got stacked tables spot at SummerSlam. We need it back in the game. No excuses now. I think that's why Jess Bryan mentioned it on Twitter the other day. I think it was during SummerSlam night too. That's what was funny. You know what I mean?
How about more than two stack? How about one stack? How about two stacks? We literally had 4.
Yeah. AI in ladder matches are dumb. I agree. AI just gets worse with each patch to me, but the AI in my faction on your team sucks. Yeah.
Yep.
Conrad says, I would like to see some old people get back into these games. Sting probably won't happen. Arn Anderson, Demolition, One Man Gang, Akeem, Hacksaw Jim Duggan. Is Hacksaw still, he's not in the game, huh? He's not.
No, and he's under the Legends contract, if I'm not mistaken. Sting,
I
don't know. I mean,
I agree.
What I want to know, how the hell Jake the Snake and Billy Gunn are going to be coming in. Or... I don't know how that worked for the contract.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, if we can get Billy Gunn in, then why can't we get Sting in the video game?
Snake, so...
You know, Jake the Snake's in the game, too, and they're both under contract with AEW. So, I don't know. Is what it is. I believe adding wrestlers related movements, walking and standing styles would be a great addition, just like they had in earlier games. Yes. Yeah, because it gives you authenticity. And that's one thing that I really loved about the older games is that it felt authentic. That's one thing that I loved.
The fighter stands, the switch back and forth. Like, I can already picture Rey Mysterio just doing the, the pivot back and forth. It was a nice touch. Everyone now is just stiff.
That's one thing that I loved about AEW Fight Forever is that AEW Fight Forever felt like each character was authentic. It was good. That was the one thing that I liked. That's how I feel about the DLC characters in 2K as well. Like, I feel like each one of them have their own authentic thing about them, and that's right. Nice. It makes the character stand out.
There's a bigger touch you can do.
Does that?
Like the Giants, like for climbing up the rope, they just climb up like it's nothing. They take a little longer, but they don't grab on like they're gonna fall off. I wish they need to put that in some addition. Cruiserweights, when they jump to the top rope, they just swing on top of it instead of going under around.
Yeah. Yeah, it is what it is. A Thunder Arena. There it is. Thunder Arena again. It would be dope.
Yeah, I don't understand. When was the last time Thunder was in the game?
I don't think it was.
Has it never been in the game?
I don't remember a Thunder Arena ever being in the 2K series. Might have been
2K series, no.
I don't even think it was in SmackDown versus Raw. Come to think about it. It's always been Nitro. I don't think Thunder's ever been a part of it.
Did you watch Thunder back in the day?
When it first started, I did.
But it wasn't like a big deal. It was just everyone wanted to watch Nitro. Thunder was
They
it's
tried to
there,
turn
but
it into the second Nitro, kind of like what AEW did with Collision. They tried to turn it into the second Dynamite, right? Like
yeah,
that's what it
pretty
was.
much.
WWE Raw with SmackDown, right? That's what everybody tries to do with the second show. I mean, I don't blame them for doing it, but it is what it is.
Just like you had Velocity and Heat.
Yeah. Jesse, you gonna give Gunther some props for his match? Curious to know if you guys enjoyed it. I loved the match. I thought it was good.
I heard no
Brian
problems with the
Alvarez
match.
I heard Brian Alvarez and what's his name? Dave Meltzer shitting on it. Like I thought the match was good. It was
The
fun.
only thing I will say, the blood spot did not make sense. He didn't bang his head on the table, nothing like that. He just tripped, and then once Punk grabbed him, he tripped, fell to the back, and then he was bleeding from the head.
I did notice like CM Punk was definitely being carried in this match by Gunther, and CM Punk was gassed, but Gunther took really good care of CM Punk. All those power bombs were like the weakest looking power bombs that I've ever seen, because I think he was just trying to either protect Punk or what was going on, but he was not slamming Punk like he does with some other stars, and I actually appreciated that. You know what I mean? Because Punk he's old.
The context
point,
is
you know
Dave liked it, Alvarez hated it. Well, they can both kick rocks, regardless.
Yeah, their opinions are
Never.
shit anyway. Like, you're not a fan of either one of those guys. Let me see here. I want referee status for as fair or heel. Don't we have that? Oh no, that's just
I think
like
he's
a little
saying
meter
that there
to
should
get
be
you
like
kicked out.
I think he's saying that there should be like, once you book a ref, they can either be a heel status like right off the bat, or being all right, we're being down the middle, because like if you put a Nick Patrick in the game,
Get a
he's gonna
couple
be
of these
heel.
real quick.
Oh, CMP, what's up, Jesse and James? Hope you guys are blessed today. Hey, appreciate it. Hope you're blessed as well. Rocky, give us a proper creative referee for us with original shows, so we're not stuck doing special ref matches or using the Black Dot World Class ref. Yeah, I put it on Twitter, X, whatever the hell you want to call it. I think we have, 2 women refs, 5 or 6 male refs. I've asked the question, should there be other refs you would like in the game? And there was so many comments that I much appreciated. Yes, in the ref category, I think if you put a special ref, when you create one, it should be a different category, not continues with the call slots. Cube, I will say that I actually enjoyed SummerSlam more than WrestleMania. A lot of people enjoyed it. I will say the thing that bugged me, Jesse liked it, I didn't really care for it, was the Lyra and Becky match. I thought it went too long. I didn't think it was worth 25
That match was
minutes.
dope. That match was good.
I think it just dragged on. I don't know.
Listen, I'm not the biggest Becky or Lyra fan, but I thought they killed it in that match.
I
don't
thought the
know.
zip tie thing kind of felt awkward, and then when it
Well, they
slipped
fucked
off
it
her
up.
and she had to put
Yeah.
it back
Yeah.
on, it just
Yeah.
And I'm like,
That spot
where's
was a little
Bailey?
wonky.
And then she even botched going over it. Don't get me wrong, there's a story. After the Becky Stomper thing, whatever. The girl can wrestle. I'm not saying she can't. It's just the promo work. Eesh,
Yeah.
not it. So I'm like, okay, she's moved on. Let's see what they can do with it.
Says Mike says I want more weapons. I know y'all want tacks and hopefully chains, weight belts, barbed wire around the arm, and blood progression. So yes, I want that stuff too. But if you're gonna add more weapons, I need more motions for them, because I feel like we got Janice, no special movement, no special grapple, nothing with Janice. The crutch basically gets treated like the kendo stick. The bat gets treated like the kendo stick. Like all those stick weapons, like they all feel the same. They're not authentic to one another. So that's one thing that I would like. They just need to bring back weapon grapples in general and make some new animations for these things. Like that's one thing I would like to see. But at this point, I'll take what I can get. You know what I mean?
The
updates are good
flaming
updates,
integration, if you toss someone through a table, if you hit them with a flaming weapon, there should be some animation where, hey, someone blows the fire extinguisher because you're covered. That's happened numerous of times.
Will Brock Lesnar guy now be a Brock Lesnar guy again?
That's what he put on it. He said tick picks, I think, sent him tickets to go. So, and he changed it. Now he's back to the Brock guy. So, but I get it. He's a Brock. He like Lesnar. He's always has until shit hit the fan. He changed it to the wrestling guy or whatever.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Shoot me if I ever end up a meme like that. That's just how I feel.
He's just known for the pose.
Yeah, I'm good. It was AOP with Rockstar Spud versus The Bar.
Okay, that's what it was. And the match sucked. So then when he came in, I was like, oh. And I can't. I would have to. You know, it making me want to rewatch it. I think commentary kind of turned the camera, and they didn't mention it. He wasn't there for long. He was just doing his dance and everything, and then security just rushed him out of the building.
Jeffrey says, I want story security. WWE 2K26. I don't know what story security is, but you see here. Maybe story designer is kind of what you're thinking about. I don't know.
Yeah.
I really want more information on Ultra Pro Wrestling. I want Ultra Pro Wrestling to take their time doing Ultra Pro Wrestling. Like that's what I want. Because when the game comes out, I don't want it to be a flop. I want it to be a success, and those guys deserve for that game to be a success. Anybody creating a wrestling game really deserves the opportunity to compete against the global monopoly that is WWE, right? Like that's kind of how I feel. So I'm rooting for Ultra Pro Wrestling. I will be picking up the game whenever it does drop, but I am not rushing those guys to get out the product. Just make sure it's
perfection takes time. Rome wasn't.
Just make sure it's the best that you can possibly release, bud. Like that's really all I hope for. And yes, I will definitely be picking up Ultra Pro Wrestling. I'm excited. It sounds like they have like a pretty creative storyline going into the story mode, right? And the creation suite seems interesting. We got to reveal some stuff on our podcast with Ultra Pro Wrestling that you can customize pretty much anything in the arena, which I really dig. I enjoy that. So I'm looking forward to it, man. We'll see. Everything we want in 2K26 are just things we've had in the game years ago. Quite scary how lacking of features this series still is. Yeah, once again, not a game developer. Don't know the ins and outs. I don't know why it's taking so long to get certain motions within the game, certain features back in the game. I know that in time they have to delete all the old animations that they've had, right? That's the reason why we don't have as many cutscenes anymore in the game. Probably why we haven't seen something like Create a Story make its way into the game, because they'd have to spend a lot of time creating those cutscenes.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know the definitive answer of why, but you're not wrong. We want all the stuff that we've had in the games before, with nothing taken out that they've added now for newer versions of things, right? The one thing that I'll give 2K, and well, not really 2K, but Visual Concepts, who are working on the game, I will give them this. Everything that they have brought back, in my opinion, for the most part, has been better than the original. So if they have brought back an old feature, it's been better. It's been updated. It looks better. So that is something to look forward to when it comes to bringing back older features from like the SmackDown vs. Raw series, or even older 2K games like 2K14, is when they do bring things like that back, like something like Create a Finisher, right? If that ever makes its way back, hopefully it's better than ever. You know, Brian has indicated that everything that they do, they want to make sure that it was better than the last time it was implemented. So that is a good place to start, right? Like the blood looks better to me than ever before. The detail is getting better each game. So they are doing some good shit. So it may sound like I'm trashing some of these things at times. It's not. I love these fucking games. Like these are my favorite games to play. I realize they come riddled with problems, and patches and shit like that.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be in the game. But at the same time, I advocate for the best wrestling game that we could possibly get out of this. And my channel was designed to bring ideas to the forefront and send these ideas to the dev team. Like that's what I wanted. But I also wanted the help from you guys in the community to do so, right? That comes with your comments. If you're commenting on the videos, right? On the podcasts or whatever we're doing, those comments hopefully are getting read by WWE 2K, because the videos and shit are getting shipped off to them. That's what it is, right? Like when we talk about something cool and I see some good interaction in the chat and some good ideas implemented in the chat, I send those off, as well as a couple other content creators, right? Like JCSJ. I know I've shipped off a couple of his videos. Hey, yo, check this shit out. Like this makes sense. So that's the kind of stuff that I'm talking about. Like, that's why this was created, man, was that we can get the best.
The feedback is always welcome. It does help. We've pushed it ourselves. Yeah, and I get it. The feeling of, well, this was an old feature in the game. Now it's back in. Like, we should have had it before. Well, yeah, trust me, I could be upset about it too, but it's back in. Intergender matches are in. blood. We've been asking for blood for women.
Yeah.
It's in. You know, there is some improvements to it, like you mentioned. They bring an old mold back, it gets better. You know,
Yeah, for
it's
sure.
not just the same. All right, here it is. No improvements, nothing. It's just there. Universe
MJ
mode. Yeah, I get it. It's been the dwindling thing. It got approved.
MJB with the 199 says people think Zilla and Big Kish got legit beef. I don't know. I don't know about people's personal stuff, but it is what it is, man. Jay Rebellious was good.
What's going on, Jay Rebellious?
Just at work checking in. I appreciate you, bro. I got to listen to your AI stuff. I'm so sorry, man. Oh God, I was so busy this weekend. He sent me some songs to check out that he made, and I still have yet to check them out, man. I apologize, dude. I've been slacking. I ended up watching SummerSlam, and then haven't really done much else but work and spend time with the family, man. Just kind of trying to disconnect as much as I possibly can, you know what I mean, before I get back into it, but it is what it is. Lieutenant Dan says, "Hey Jesse, how did you
with
like
legs?
How did you like SummerSlam? I would have saved my 1200. And do you think Zilla's coming in soon?" I'm not sure what's going on with Zilla. I wouldn't put it past these guys to bring in another Bloodline member because that's seems to be the MO at this point. Did you go? Well, he did go.
Yeah,
he
did go.
So
The Zilla's.
I thought SummerSlam was good, dude. You didn't enjoy it? Did you go both nights? Because I thought it was good. I don't know.
I'm curious, where did you sit, Dan? The Zilla thing. I would think he's gonna come in. I know there's beef with Rikishi and Zilla and the whole family. I think the beef was that he had his face painted like Jeff Hardy, and Kishi had a problem with it. Then there was some videos about not honoring Umaga and all that with Rikishi. So I don't know. There's like family beef with it. I don't know what their deal is. So I mean, if he comes in, he's been pushing it. You know, hey Jacob, give me a call. You know, I don't see why the company wouldn't call him. So he's already
What
made
would
a
you guys
TNA
rate?
appearance.
What would you guys rate SummerSlam this weekend in the chat? Let me know. Like I thought it was a solid 8 out of 10. I would say if I had to rank out of 10, which I normally don't do. I usually just give thumbs up, thumbs down. But if I had to rank it out of a 10, I would give it an 8. Like I thought SummerSlam was actually really fun. I didn't think there was a terrible match on the card. Like were there less than matches? Yes, of course, but I actually enjoyed every match that was on the card for the most part. I thought there was too many tag team matches in the first night. Like I thought those overshadowed each other, but other than that, I had a lot of fun watching the show. It was really weird this year. A bunch of tag team matches on the first night.
Yeah, very odd.
And then the second night, it was like full of Extreme Rules shit. Like there's a lot of.
I think I enjoyed
no
night 2 better than night 1. Night 2 was.
I agree.
It
Yeah,
started
I agree.
hot and then it kind of went down and then it picked up. I know people were upset about the Jade and Tiffany match being shorted down. That's just.
I wanted
business,
Jade to
pal.
win that. I was a little disappointed in that.
That's just business, pal. I mean, if you watch Unreal, you know how it was with Bruce Pritchard and Abyss. So
I don't even want to talk about that.
it is what it is. But
it is what it is. Anyway, Tech says, will we get anything new this month with new packs this month? I hope so.
I'd have to check with Witty. Usually.
I think
I'm assuming.
I think they shock you this month. I know everybody's waiting for that World Tour. I think World Tour comes this month. I think that's what we get, as well as some new packs, new personas. That's pretty much as much.
I'll
as
put it bold out here, and people are gonna be mad. You know when WWE's going to Japan? October. That's when you get your World Tour.
Oh no, dude. Oh,
October,
I didn't even think of that. They would save that shit, wouldn't they? That would be terrible, dude.
That's the thing I looked at. I was like,
oh no.
So I don't know. I know. I want something
WWE,
new to play on there, but
I want WWE to have more WCW pay-per-views and ECW pay-per-view arenas. I agree with that.
you know it's funny because they incorporate like a lot of like mixture with WCW with NXT pay-per-views. I don't know if they've done much with ECW too much, like Barry Legal and all those One Night Stand. I know there's certain titles you can't use. I don't know. I like the theme shows what they do with the NXT, the Halloween Havoc. Next ECW person to be added. I'm trying to think like something big. Especially with them, like New Jack was a huge one. The one time I actually give Nick Khan credit for something.
Give me
Screw it,
Mikey
let's put all the Dudleys in there at this point. Spike,
No.
Dick.
Don't even say it. I already know it's coming. Don't even say it. We're going to stop you right there, sir.
Dreamer I was thinking Dreamer as well. Sabu. That would be a big one.
Give me Mikey.
Raven.
I want Mikey. Raven would be dope. Raven would be really dope, actually. Hopefully Universe model adds squash matches back. Guys like Bronson Reed shouldn't go through a full match with someone like Dragon Lee. I agree with that. You should be able to do something within that match. I don't know. Although you kind of can, like, if you wanted to, I mean, look, you got to do it yourself. But in the Universe mode, what I've been doing is if I do have a matchup like that, I tend to go through the roster that I use the most, somebody like Bronson Reed, and I will add their finisher, their regular finisher, like the Tsunami. I would add that as a super finisher. So, and I would, if he's facing like a Dragon Lee in the match, I just give him maxed out finishers and hit him one time with the Tsunami and it's over. They don't kick out. I promise you. they'll get.
And I think that would be a super finisher next year. Like, okay, he does what? He's done like multiple Tsunamis on one person at the same time. That'd probably be something.
We need to create a Minitron. That'd be cool.
That would be a nice touch.
Give 2K anything. They need to make their own game from the ground up. No more excuses, he says. I get it. I love how Divas is finally they bleed in the game in 2K25. Yeah, for sure. Yes. I thought he was about to start talking about Total Divas reboot.
Tell Sheamus and Rusev, we're not watching Total Divas.
Lieutenant Dan said both nights. He went to both nights, and he was in the middle. Was middle ring halfway up. Those are good seats.
So kind of similar to what we had for SummerSlam when we attended. Hopefully you didn't have the light in your face because I know fans were pissed.
I thought SummerSlam was great. Me too. SummerSlam was fun. SummerSlam 8.5 out of 10. Yeah, I'd give it that same score too. I would say I'd give it an 8. I stopped watching pro wrestling, but I love the video games. Fair enough. Let's see here.
I'll put this towards the chat with SummerSlam being 2 nights. Obviously, we kind of already figured it was going to happen. 2-night Royal Rumble, 2-night Survivor Series. How do you guys feel about that? Are you guys hyped to see it? From a fan perspective watching them, I get it. That's a big deal. There's more wrestling. When purchasing tickets, I get it. It's kind of like, well, what the F? I want to see the whole show.
I think you're taking time and money away from me by doing it 2 nights.
You get more matches, so I guess you could say, well, more talent's getting opportunities, which it is true, you know.
I only want to see the top talent anyway. No shade to to anybody on the
line. No, and I completely understand it. Like, look, I get it. The biggest complaint was what? Oh, well, Julia couldn't go on SummerSlam. Oh, you just embarrassed Karrion Kross. I get it. They got to fill the card in some way.
That's another thing I hated about SummerSlam. Sammy did not need that pin. He did not need
that pin. But they probably figured, hey, let's just give it to him to shut the fans up.
I will say
this. The contract is running up this weekend. He already said thank you for all the fans. Let's see where he goes.
If his contract is legit, like not kayfabe, right? Like he's legit out the door. I don't think that's the case. I think he's signed. I think this is all a publicity stunt. But if that is the case, I would love to see Karrion Kross go to AEW because I think they could use somebody like Kross with all that fan backing. But at the same time, we know WWE fans, and if he goes to AEW, they'd be, oh, God, you went to the bingo halls and all the stupid shit, right, that comes with the tribalism from both sides. But I think that AEW could really capitalize on somebody like Karrion Kross. It's so funny
because I remember all the love when Jade came over and then she loses on Saturday. Oh, well, she wasn't good enough. She needs to go to AEW. Pack. Like, where was all the look? All of a sudden, we don't care. I'm like,
when Jade was signed, we're so back.
I've always loved your work. I'm like, Blake Monroe. Oh, now she's with everything. I'm like, yeah, because that promo did very well for her, right? I get it. Everyone has a bad promo. That was terrible.
Mike says 7 out of 10. Didn't like how night 2 had 5 gimmick matches out of 6, which they split them up between both nights. See, I heard this same complaint too. Like, you're not alone in that. Somebody else was saying this, and I think that was in our Discord when we were all talking about it. And might have been Joe, actually. He was like, I don't like all the gimmick matches. And for me, hook that shit in my veins, brother.
I don't mind it if it's executed correctly. The solo and the solo ending, I hated. That thing sucked. I'm like, there was a big boot.
That match sucked.
But I'm like,
that was not a good
so
match.
Solo falls forward and he falls backwards. I thought that was lame. I thought it was gonna be, hey, they could have done like the Bobby Lashley thing where he pounces Solo and he falls out of the ring or something like that. That I can understand, winning in some bogus way, but it's just, oh well, a big boot to the face and he falls out. I thought that was lame.
Check
That Becky match. I thought it was too long.
Check the private
What's up?
chat the private chat real quick. There was somebody's comment that I wanted to get to up here. Oh, MJB. $4.99 again, brother. Thank you so much. My faction has to give us the opportunity to unlock older WCW, WWE, ECW arenas. I want older men and women wrestlers like Ashley, Mazzaro, Melina, Dink. I don't think that we're ever going to see Ashley Mazzaro into a WWE game again, unfortunately, because once again, another scandal that company has tried to cover up and you know, push under the rug. That's something that WWE does, and she was a part of that. So I don't think that we'll ever see that again. Unfortunately, that's just where we're at with it, but it sucks. It is what it is at this point. Let me see.
Like to mention the Dink, like you always.
James, your championships on the wall are real leather strap.
Yes, all purchased.
They are not real leather, sir. You better be fucking honest.
No,
you better be fucking honest. That is
no, the quality has
straight up
changed.
WWE shop leather strap.
Yes, I know. It's not. What's the shop you go to? Fandu.
Me?
Yeah. What was it? What was it called?
No, I so two of my belts are actually with real leather. Fandu doesn't have real leather. They have like another. It's not WWE shop, like the thick like leather that doesn't bend or anything like that. It's
oh yeah, these have bend, of course.
Yeah, those are like the WWE shop, and it's like
quality,
a pleather.
which
basically I don't know if you've ever seen those straps cut open, but if you cut those straps open, there's like cardboard in them.
Oh yeah, oh
like
no.
In the middle. It's fucking.
You
weird.
can feel you can feel it from there. So
yeah, so that's what those are made out of. But I do have two. I have the Big Eagle, and then I have the WWF Oval Intercontinental Championship. Those are both on real, authentic leather. So, and they have backings on them, all sorts of shit. So, those are my expensive titles.
Yeah. We'll see if I add another one. I've always preached for getting the old school hardcore title. I don't know, for some reason the fascination with that was always my thing.
Let me see here. Match of the weekend was the TLC match in my books. It was good. It was a lot of. Yo, shout out to Candace, by the way, taking that bump that she did through the wooden ladder. I say wooden because that's what it is. It's definitely a wooden ladder. Crazy bump though, nonetheless. Like that shit was crazy looking. So I had a lot of fun with SummerSlam personally. Lieutenant Dan said that he had he gave SummerSlam a 6, and he was there live too. So that's crazy. I don't know. I enjoy it. I think SummerSlam was a lot better than a 6 personally, but. I need Dreamer, Bam Bam. SummerSlam was good, but didn't need 2 days. Honestly, I said that same thing after night 1. After night 1 was done, I said to myself, hey, you could have called this SummerSlam and I would have been okay with it. Night 2 was even better, in my opinion. So I don't know. Maybe 2 nights is the way to go. I don't like it for a financial standpoint. I don't like that they rob fans. If ticket prices were way cheaper to purchase like a bundle for both nights, I would enjoy it more, knowing that people are paying and getting what they pay for. For the fans sitting at home watching it on TV, I think 2 nights is not terrible, but at the same time, you're still robbing me of time because I got shit to do. I'm not one of those wrestling fans that's going to watch every single wrestling show that comes on this week, right? Like, that's just not what I'm going to do. I don't have time for that. I'm not going to watch NXT. I'm not going to watch Raw, SmackDown, TNA, Dynamite, Collision. Dude, brother, that's all week wrestling. You know what I mean? And then if you have PLEs and pay-per-views going on the weekend, then you got those. And we're talking GCW pay-per-views. Bloodsport was just happened the other night with Natty Neihart. That was the only match I watched, by the way, on Bloodsport. I just wanted to go back and check that out. I try to keep up with like Prestige Wrestling, which is one of my local promotions. I try to keep up with them and watch their streams. I try to keep up with Defy Wrestling, which is another local promotion over here. Every now and then I'll watch, what is the what is it? DPW?
DPW, yeah.
Yeah, DPW. I'll watch some of their stuff.
Yeah, Deadlock.
Yeah, Deadlock. Yeah, I try to watch some of their stuff. So I try, but at the same time, it's like I only got so much time in a day, you know, and I'd like to accomplish more in my day than just watch sitting in front of a TV, I guess. So
I think it's
that's kind of where I'm at.
appreciated because there wasn't that much wrestling back in the day, so there is other opportunities to watch other types of wrestling besides the independents, AEW, TNA, AAA, whatever. Um, I
You
will
know,
say I
that's
prefer the early times. I don't mind the 3 p.m. start. I know other people feel differently. Well, I like it when it's like pitch dark and it's like 9 o'clock and the show ends. I get
yeah.
it, you know.
This is crazy. Wait, isn't Zilla Rikishi's son? Or no?
No,
Okay. So he's talking shit. That's wild, dude. That's crazy.
I'd have to
Leave it
look into
Rikishi.
context, but it was like something with Umaga and he had his face painted at TNA and Rikishi practically crapped on it.
Wow. Okay. JCS says, not gonna lie, I think I'm done with my faction permanently. I might be after this year. I'm tired, man. I'm
He
tired of
is
my
the
faction.
cousin. Let me just put this context. He is the cousin of Jimmy and Jey Uso and Solo. He is the son of Umaga.
MJB, please don't start this, brother. Don't start with the little Timmy shit.
I'll keep it quiet for now.
Yes, thank you. Heck, dude, can we get a modern take on WCW and ECW shows in a game? I would love to be able to have an official version with branding instead of having to rely on community creations. I would love that. Honestly, look, I grew up a huge WCW and ECW fan. Like ECW obviously came later, but WCW I've watched since like, God, man, like I want to say like the bad times, right? Since Hogan signed, like when Hogan signed to WCW, I was watching a little bit before that, right? And then when Hogan signed, I was like, what? You know, like they just got Hogan. You know, so Savage, all those guys went over, and those I still loved all those guys. They were still like, they're still over with me as a kid. So as a kid, I wanted to see that. I remember watching Bash at the Beach when Hogan turned. I watched that. We ordered that pay-per-view. You know what I mean? So I was a kid when that happened. Yeah, 96? I want to say 96.
Was it
So
96? Oh.
I started watching WCW back in like 94, maybe 93. No, 94. Was it 94? Jesus, I can't even
94.
remember now. So many years. 94. But before then, they were the NWA, right? Like there was a National Wrestling Alliance or whatever it was. I think it was
NWA.
National Wrestling. But either way, I watched it before it became WCW a little bit. Like my brother would watch it, and he'd have it on, and that was, you know, just more wrestling for me to consume as a kid, basically. But obviously, my main squeeze was the WWF, and yeah. So when I was introduced to WCW, man, like that's or ECW, that changed everything for me, right? Like I started watching ECW, found that randomly late night, right? The first time I was exposed to ECW was when they worked with WWE. Or WWF at the time, right? When they were coming on Raw. Like I seen Sabu, I seen Taz, and there was a couple other people that would be on the shows. And those were the guys that I were introduced to first. And I remember Jerry Lawler calling it like extremely crappy wrestling or midget wrestling or whatever he was saying at the time. I remember him saying that, and I was like, well, where is this company? You know, like I had no idea where I could find this company because they were on so late at night.
Yeah.
And then I finally, you know, ran across it one night and just watched it ever since, man. Like ECW was a game changer for me, right? Introduced me to hardcore stuff. So, yeah, NWA.
It was a different
WCW,
mentality.
okay, yeah.
Different fan base. Like it was, you thought WWF and WCW were something, then there was ECW on TNN.
Got to go get Bubba Gump and head to the shrimp boat. Yeah, that's what's up, man. Hey, thank you so much, Lieutenant Dan. I appreciate it. Sucks that you didn't enjoy SummerSlam as much as I did, man. But I thought the show was pretty fun, personally. I had a great time with it. See here. Oh yeah, but I was in the special team with the Ultimate Warrior called the Maniacs. Yeah, I loved all of that, dude. As a kid, I didn't really like discriminate against wrestlers back then. Like I wasn't a smart wrestling fan, right? Like these guys don't do enough moves or what, yada yada. I was a fan of the Ultimate Warrior. I was a fan of Macho Man. Like I remember watching Macho Man versus Ricky the Dragon Steamboat and thinking, wow, like that was different. You know what I mean? Like I remember watching that as a kid. Like that doesn't look like your normal Hulk Hogan match, brother. That was a little bit fast paced for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah,
Don't you wish we went to the times like WCW, WWF, and there was no such thing as Twitter? Yeah, there was dirt sheets, but it wasn't like a big thing. There was no complaints. You know, if you had Twitter back in the day complaining or just doing debates, WCW is better. No, WWF is better.
I don't think I would have been a wrestling fan if we had Twitter.
I could just imagine the tweets. Mankind wins the title, and it was, you know, oh geez,
crazy. Hardcore stuff. What do you mean? Yeah, pause. Pause. Let's be honest. Some of those rules in early WCW were stupid. Being thrown over the top rope was a DQ. Yeah, that was what Bill Watts, right? I remember Bill Watts doing some of that stuff, like, and then going on the top rope, right? Like they couldn't, like Bill Watts incorporated like no jumping off the top rope.
It was very weird.
Yeah.
The worst thing I've ever seen was when TNA did the reverse rumble or reverse battle royal. You had to punch your way to get in the ring just to get tossed right back out, and then a one-on-one match happened. That was the worst.
We had the AOL chat rooms back then. Yeah, see, so like for me, I wasn't a big internet guy when I know the internet was around like back early days too, during the Attitude Era and stuff. I wasn't on like the message boards of like Dave Meltzer and stuff. Like as a matter of fact, with like the internet became like heavy in my life, like and I seen like Dave Meltzer like I was like,
I
wait
didn't know
a
who
fucking
Dave
minute.
was.
Like, yeah, I was like, wait a fucking minute. Like, this guy has been doing this for this long. How old is this guy? You know what I mean? Like,
he's a journalist.
crazy.
Who made him a journalist? You know,
Yeah.
and it was just a thing. But I don't think it was heavy back
listen,
then.
I don't like to defend Dave Meltzer too often, but he's the only one that has a degree in journalism. Out of everybody that reports dirt sheet, like he's the only one that has a degree, I do believe. So that's kind of crazy to think about. Yeah. Dave Meltzer, though, like definitely.
It was peaceful times back in the day.
Yeah, I didn't.
Very
yeah,
peaceful.
I remember like if I, because you know I didn't have like a computer handy. I didn't have a computer handy in my house. Like I didn't. That wasn't a thing until like I was, like fucking 18. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. I remember. I want to say back when it had to have been like 99. Yeah, 1999. I used to run over to the library if I had missed a WCW pay-per-view, and I would go and like check their website for results.
Oh,
you know what I mean? Because it would pop up on like
yeah.
WCW.com or like WWF.com.
Yeah.
Like, so that's what I would do to go find results back in the day. So it's just crazy how times have changed. Like now you can get them fucking on the spot. You know what I mean? Like everybody's tweeting about it. So you immediately see what's happened.
Oh, the good old days.
You
Hey,
know,
get
in
off
real
the phone.
time.
I need to see my WWF results.
Yeah. Crazy.
The whole dial-up situation. Jeez, man.
I despise
Those were the days.
I despise Dave Meltzer. That dude is a weirdo. He's definitely different, man.
I wish, like, and I don't know if you remember this. This is when I barely got into wrestling, and WWE.com had some like season pass. Not season pass. It was like kind of like fantasy football, but with wrestling. You had a budget, and you had to like pick certain superstars. I don't know if anybody remembers this. I tried to go in, and I did it a few times, never won. You had to pick like superstars, and you would get points for appearances, match wins, and all this. It was, I don't know how many seasons it went. And I think later on I discovered dirt sheets. I think like 2007 and 2008, it just started getting worse. But I don't know if anybody remembers that. I can't remember what it was called. It was like season pass or season. Jeez, somebody have to remember this.
WCW introduced me to high flyers of the cruiserweight division. Me too. I'm not gonna lie. Like I did end up watching AAA and CMLL at a later time, right? I started following Lucha Libre a lot more probably when I was like 18 years old, and that became accessible to me. Like when you back when you used to get like satellite, and you'd have like 150, 200 channels, right? Like that was a new thing. When that became a new thing, I was like, man, all these channels. And then I remember seeing like reading it CMLL wrestling. That's all I read. I'm like, what kind of wrestling is this? I was like, it's probably that, like, amateur wrestling stuff, like I don't want to see that. I want to see real wrestling.
That's how I felt.
It clicked on it, and then that's when I learned that was a Spanish channel, Telemundo, and yeah, it was fun times. You know what I mean? Ran into that. I ended up discovering ROH, TNA, right? Like randomly came across TNA one time, and that was like before they got the 6-sided ring. That was like when they had the four corners still. R-Truth was just about to become the NWA heavyweight champion. So I was discovering R-Truth, Ron the Truth Killings, Jeff Jarrett, and then I noticed that Scott Hall was in this promotion. A lot of WCW faces that I hadn't seen in a while since WCW went out of business. I was like, holy shit, like there's more wrestling out there, And that's when I discovered all of it, like CMLL, everything that I just said, AAA. Like I started keeping my eyes peeled, and I just started consuming more and more wrestling as much as I could, because I was tired of the way that WWE was. I thought that it was boring that WWE was the only show in town. Like I just, I liked WWE, and I liked it then, but I did not want it to be the only thing that I watched, because I like different takes on pro wrestling. You know what I mean? Lucha Underground changed everything for me, though. That's the honest to God truth.
I think that was random. I scrolled around. I'm like, what the hell is this? I'm like, oh, it's in California. It's in Los Angeles. That was new to me.
Dude, Lucha Underground.
I didn't know about Independence. I think you mentioned it. I don't know when you started watching Independence, and I didn't really go.
I got into the indies because of Prestige Wrestling. Prestige Wrestling came over to Hermiston, Oregon, right? Like this, it's like 30 minutes from me right now. Like I can cross the little border and go into Hermiston. And the dude that was running it, his name's William, he was over here in town promoting it in the Tri-Cities. And I thought that was crazy. And then my old guitar player from my metal band, who actually was also in a band with William at one point, said, hey, did you know there's some pro wrestling taking place in Hermiston? I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? And he's like, yeah, this guy that I was in a band with is now going to be running a pro wrestling show. I was like, dope, where is it? Handed me the flyer. I got the flyer, and we went. And the rest was history, man. I was introduced into independent wrestling. I mean, obviously, I was watching indies on Twitter, because this was before 2020. So this was like 2017. It was before I got married that I knew about independent wrestling, because I was going to the indies before then. You know what I mean? So yeah, kind of cool, man. So yeah, I discovered a lot of pro wrestling over the years, and I'm just happy that WWE wasn't the only thing in my life, right? Like there's so much out there that there really is something for everybody.
Yeah, I was a youngster, and I can't remember how old. I think I was like 9 or 10. Went to this mountain resort that my parents had some sort of membership, and this was, I think it was called like Empire Wrestling Federation or something like that. I just knew, hey, it's wrestling. I'll go see it. I was used to watching WWE, and that's where I have seen Chavo. I met Chavo Senior. I don't remember who was playing Doink at the time. He was there, and then later down the road, yeah, you got me into Independence. I was like, what the hell's Prestige? What the hell is Defy? I didn't know any of that. And then
the first time that I ever discovered that there was wrestling outside of WWE or WCW was when I was a really little kid. In California, my brother took me to an army base, and the Taskmaster was the champion, the WCW World Heavyweight, or I think he was the NWA World Heavyweight Champion at that time. This was a long time. I was a little kid, and Kerry Von Erich was there. So the Texas Tornado, he was promoted as the Texas Tornado. He was wrestling there, and the Taskmaster was there, and I'm sure a lot of other people were there too that I wasn't sure of. But this was on an army base. A week later, Kerry Von Erich passed away. And I got a picture of Kerry Von Erich holding me when I was a little kid, like with his robe and everything. I remember, like, as a kid, like, because he had like all that bedazzled shit on his robe. I remember like getting scraped by it. That's all I really remember from that interaction, was just like, damn, put me down, dude. Because that shit hurt when I was a kid. And I remember that. And yeah, so that was the first time I was introduced to indies. And then in 1999, a friend that I lived in an apartment complex with, their parents were taking them to something that was happening over here around the corner to where I live now, at this place called the Track in Pasco, Washington, which is now like it's called the Hapo Center. And the Oddities were there. So this was as close to the Attitude Era as I can get. The Oddities were there. Vincent was there from the NWO Vincent.
Rest
And
in
then
peace.
Public Enemy was there. So I met Public Enemy. They gave me like pieces of their like wristband and stuff. I was a little kid, had my NWO Wolfpack shirt on, NWO Wolfpack hat. They were telling me stories like, if you ever grow up and you become a pro wrestler, don't ever work for Vince McMahon. He's a piece of shit. Like, I remember them saying that, like Public Enemy was saying that. I was like, damn, no way. You know, like WWF's like the Mecca, right? Like, as a kid, that's what I thought. So it was just kind of crazy to see that. But yeah, there's a lot of wrestling stories that I have from like my interactions, but that was the first time as somebody that could remember pro wrestling. That was technically the first time that I got introduced to the indies, was those two interactions. And then Prestige came later, and then I discovered it a lot more was out there. Right. I think Queen of the Indies, shout out to her. She probably does not follow us, but I remember my first ever round table in this podcasting game was with Everything Pro Wrestling. And he had somebody on their channel called Queen of the Indies. Her name's Tiffany. And she, I discovered a lot of independence through her channel, because she interviewed a lot of pro wrestling or pro wrestlers that were in the area, in her neck of the woods, right? So I discovered indie wrestling through them. I discovered indie wrestling through Brian Williams. Brian Williams hooked me up with a lot of people from the indies. I learned stories from people like Drexel. Like, if you go back to our old podcasts on the audio side, so if you have Spotify, Apple Podcast, anything like that, you can go back and listen to the old interviews, like how this channel started. It was definitely not 2K related. It was pro wrestling related.
Related.
I interviewed people like TJ Perkins, Mike Mondo, which is Mikey from the Spirit Squad, Sin Bodie, which is Kazarian, right? Or not Kazarian, Kazarni or Kazarni. In WWF.
Evan Bourne.
Matt Seidel. I interviewed Matt Seidel, Evan Bourne. A lot of people, Drexel, like there's so many stories, that came through this podcasting game, man. And now here we are talking fucking 2K and Brock Lesnar. That definitely
how times have changed, right?
Definitely came a long way. Let's just say that. But anyway, guys, hey, thanks for listening to me ramble. Listen, we're going to try to get a video out this week. There's no promises, but, and we're also taking a pause on the Universe stream that is over on Thursdays over on Twitch, because this week I have some things that I have to take care of, on Thursday. There's just no way I can make it happen. Stay tuned till next week though. We have some different videos coming in the near future. Like, I'm going to still be talking 2K, but there's some other things that I'm going to be trying. So stay tuned for that. We'll see how they do. I don't know if it's going to be a permanent thing. Like, if it gets a good reaction, then we'll do more of it. But I definitely want to dip into some hidden stories in the pro wrestling video game realm, right? Like, we're not going to just cover 2K. Like, I want to talk about some shit that people might not know about. So we'll do that. We'll do some other videos, but that's probably going to start next week. So this is all the content that I got to give you this week. So I hope you enjoyed my Brock Lesnar rant and we didn't lose too many followers or subscribers or anything like that. It is what it is. You guys feel how you feel, but that, it's not going to change my beliefs and my moral system that I would like to say I have set up for myself. Is what it is. Guys, see you next week. Make sure to follow us everywhere at the Pro Wrestling Shoot. Same time, same place. Take it easy. Peace.